Hey y'all, I'm back with another game. I'll be playing Matthew O'Connor, aka Tiansa, again. I believe I've played him before in one of these games. He's had a string of really good tournaments, and his NASPA rating's back up to about 1850 or so, somewhere in there. Oh man, I feel like there's a bingo in this rack. Okay, well there's Karaf, or however you say that word, I don't know, but the longer I look at it, the more I don't think there's a rack, or a bingo. There's Facet or Facer. But I think Karaf is the play if I don't bingo, and I don't think I've got a bingo. I'm gonna go ahead and play this just because if I haven't seen the bingo now, I'm just gonna end up making one up. And it seems like when I stare at a rack like that for a long time, I end up talking myself into some word that like clearly I know isn't a word. I don't know if it's me getting greedy or me being stupid or what, but it was a cool rack. The KX combination means I'm probably going to be getting points next turn and even the turn after that. Oh, Matthew bingos. It gives me Oxo for 42. That seems like that's going to be the play. I don't think I've got anything good over here. Oh, Koto is over here. That's 35. Holds Nix. The X is actually pretty strong with... this spot's useless, but this spot's pretty good for it. I just feel like Matthew plays down here so often. Oh, he could go here. He can go here. Koto 35. Oxo 42. KINT is a decent leave as well. I feel like Koto's just getting too cute, passing up too many points. Yeah, I think Oxo's the play here. And so I will play it. And KMW goes well together. It means I'm going to be scoring points again. That's always nice. Scoring points is always nice. I wonder if I've got some sort of nice playthrough here. Woman would be sweet if WA were good, but... oh, nope, don't have that. Don't think I've got anything here. Alright, Matthew had a really bad rack, didn't score any points. That's nice. Always good when your opponent doesn't score points, so... Walk right here is 32, holds a nice bingo-y rack, but I don't know if I want to be holding a nice bingo-y rack, because already this board is getting bad for bingos. If I draw a 7, it's not going down. I've got to have a nice fit, like through this A or from this C, but IMNT is not what I want to be holding if I'm bingoing from a C. I don't think I've got any sort of 7 down here. I think I'm just going to run with the equity. I don't think Matthew's going to have many plays except here or here, and both of those, it's going to be tough for him not to create bingo lines. So the fact that the board isn't good for bingoing now doesn't necessarily mean it won't be good for bingos later. Let me look here just a little bit. Kino is 31, but IMTW. Eesh. Oh, Ketone is 37. That's so pretty. I don't know if it's actually the right play, but man, that's pretty. You know what? I'm going to play it. IMW is going to mean I'll keep scoring points, and if this turns into the defensive grind fest that my games with Matthew usually turn into, then I kind of want to be keeping like this. So Ketone it is. I pulled the J. That's cool. Joe goes here, kills the board even further, scores a bunch of points. I'm really afraid this game turns into who can bingo from this C first, because I'm nowhere close, and who knows how close Matthew is right now. Probably closer than I am. But, we're already on track for that. There's not much I can do except keep trying to score points. And I can live a bingo from the C. It's not like whoever hits that wins the game, but... I suppose Wimp is also an option, but that just gives Matthew free points and then leaves me with nowhere to play next turn. For Jimp. He might have to go. Hopefully we'll be finished by then and we don't have to deal with that. I actually plan on playing this game a little bit quicker than average because I've got to head off to Scrabble Club tonight. He plays Ute. That creates another S hook, so the C is not going to be as big. I'm going to go ahead and throw Joe down now. Jill was maybe something else that could have been done, but 36 points on this board is just probably the best I'm going to get. Some of WL will go here, Mule or something, but I don't know. That would give, again, open up this triple word, and on a really gross board like this, giving up any sort of scoring opportunity is probably bad. My best option might just be to exchange. What kind of plays do I have here? Nothing. Okay. Yeah, my best option might just be to exchange and try and pick up an S or a blank, because the S is going to be big with this available. There's no chance to block here. The blank is also going to be big, because, again, the C opportunity is so big to bingo. If I want to play through this for some reason, I can just dump Quum. That holds a nasty, nasty leave, and if Matthew has an S, I'm in pretty bad shape. But that's something I can do, I guess. I think I'll be exchanging, and I think I'll just be throwing back all 7. I want to maximize my odds at picking up an S or a blank because they're very big right now. So let's do it. Let's see if I can get one. Got the S. Don't have much to go with it right now. EGINSV goes well, but the Q really throws this whole rack into limbo. The ING is only good together, and I'm going to have to get rid of the I to play the Q. QIS is, I think, the only opportunity I've got to do that, actually. So, Vig and a jog is 18 points, and if Matthew's got a balanced rack, he scores a bunch right back as I hold the Q. Matthew's fishing now. So it seems like probably the best thing for me to do is to play cheese. He can't bingo from the C. I don't know if he's the type of player. There are some players out there who, if there is a line open, they will just keep fishing. And this is a bingo line, but not that many bingos actually end in a vowel, and his would have to. So I don't know if Matthew's the player to try and hit that line for the rest of the game, or what. I'm going to go ahead and play cheese just because it seems very likely he's got a bingo now, and if he's got the blank or a nice rack, I want him to score right here, 62 points. Rather than 90 from this C. And it gets rid of my Q too. It's an all-around decent play, I think. I guess he doesn't have a bingo or I blocked it, because if he had one, he probably would have played it by now. So that's cool. We'll see if Matthew tries to open the board next turn or if he just keeps fishing. He does try and open the board, and he does so in a way that's not going to give me any points back. I need a 6 here, and I totally don't have one of those. I don't think I've got almost anything there. I'd have to put... Knave is horrible. Part of me doesn't want to block it. He'd have to have a perfect tile to go right here, but given the way he's played the last 2 turns, maybe he's sitting on a blank. He's sitting on something really prone right now. So the odds that he has that are, actually pretty decent. I could just play Fave over here for 15, but he can keep scoring right here. I don't know. I can play Veg and try and get him to blow up the rack to score 30. If he doesn't have the bingo, he almost has to blow up the rack. Yeah, all these clunky consonants over and over. It's making things kind of tough. Agave is another option, but if Matthew's got an S... Okay, what are the odds he has an S? You would think there's quite higher than average after nose because there was only the C and this line really available, but maybe he's just fishing playing equity because that's what people do. If he doesn't have an S, Agave is really not a bad play, but if he does have an S, Agave is horrible. There's only one left. He's obviously got a very good range, but is it an S? Is it a blank? Or is it just something like Retina? This is tough. This is tough. I guess if I don't play Agave, like, he can bingo for 90 anyway, so I'll just gamble that he doesn't have the S. We'll see. I've drawn a terrible rack, and I bet he's going to have that S, and this game's going to spiral out of control. Here we go, let's see. Well, so far so good. Usually bingos come down very quickly, so... Then I'm going to have another interesting question this turn. If he makes a small dinky play, do I play Veg for 7 and continue walling this board in? Or do I just exchange? We'll see what kind of hint his next play gives me. Because if he's not sitting on an S... Oh, wow, he did have an S, but somehow he didn't have any decent play. Alright, okay. I lucked out there. Misread that leave. I've got to exchange. There's the blank unseen, and the more I exchange, the higher my chances are of getting it, but the NT will be decent for getting a balanced rack next turn. I'm not down enough that I need to bingo, but after an exchange I might be, so how many vowels are left? Let's count those. 14, 17, 18, 19. So we're at about a neutral ratio, which means evaluations are about where they should be. We're on a very closed board, which throws things off a bunch. Would definitely like to try and draw an I to go underneath the Q here and make a play there. But Matthew's going to go here, so I guess that lane won't matter. The pool just looks so nice right now. Aside from UUWYY, like there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of balanced stuff. There's 2 N's and 2 T's still left. I think I'm just gonna hold my N. I'm not gonna hold the T, and I'll throw the rest back. B, D, F, G, T, V. I got this. It's more balanced. It's still not the best thing, but I can work with it. I can make valid plays with this rack, so that's nice. I'm just not really seeing any options for me. I don't see any good plays. I don't even think I've got like a... That seems like maybe the best thing even available. Oh, mural, but that holds double ends. Yeah, we'll see what Matthew gives me, because hopefully he gives me something. If I were playing Collins, the chance to make some sort of play over here would be. I don't know if I could even do that because I really want to keep this area available. Matthews just stopped me from bingoing here, which means the A is now like the only line aside from the F line. I'm gonna have to get rid of it though. I just don't think I can do anything but that, or I can play mural. But I really don't want to keep those double ends. They're tiles that don't score anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and yeah. Didn't pick up any of the remaining E's, which is not good. Yeah, I don't know. This is. I closed on the board exactly like I wanted, and I just literally haven't drawn a single thing that can. I don't know. I feel like I should be drawing stuff that scores a little bit better than I have. And now that he opens up a D for me to play with, I've got like nothing. I've got Hind. Do I have anything else? I've got Void. Sick. I guess Void it is. Yeah, I'm pretty frustrated right now. I'm not gonna lie. Dab probably implies that he's holding like Dab again or a couple of those tiles at least. Thin is a play I can make. It kind of forks the board. It creates like a terrible lane here and a lane here, but it's better than what I'm dealing with right now, where I've just got this opportunity. Maybe Void wasn't worth doing because if I play Hind or something, I create another bingo line here rather than blocking off the board, but I had to shed that V, I think. I could also just play Hin instead of Thin, but then I'm keeping another T, and like I need to work my way towards a more balanced rack ASAP. I guess bingoing down to the D's, well, it's not no longer a possibility. No, it is. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking, or if I'm even thinking. Mm, mm. I may be exchanging again here. There's nowhere decent to score, and if I keep trying, like, I can draw bingo. Here, if it ends in an A. Here, if it ends in an E. Like, there's a chance to get something. This is probably the next spot he's gonna block, but he's just there's not too many ways to do that very effectively, I think, without opening up some other stuff. I don't think he's playing. Well, this is a pretty aggressive play, so maybe he does have the blank. I think I just have to hope he doesn't, because if he does, I'm gonna lose this game anyway. Yeah, I've just got no plays. I think I've got to exchange again. Now what do I want to keep? 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 vowels out of 26. Okay. I really want to try and get one of those E's and one of those blanks. I think I'll keep NT just because we're running out of good consonants. There's a lot of clunky ones, WWYY, but I don't want those. GG. So I'll throw back HHIMT. I think this is my third exchange this game. Alright, I've drawn E's. Thank God. I needed E's. Z is the equity play to make here, obviously, but that's just... It kills the board. And so I basically have to decide. If Matthew scores like 7 or something again this turn, Z might be an okay thing to do, but... Or if this were Collins, I could play Mz, however you say that word, but... Maybe Matthew scores very little blocking this spot again, and I'm able to make a play down here, or something, with the Z, and get enough points to get back in the game. Eternize with an R, but Matthew's not stringing one of those out there. Nevoid is an interesting way to open this board up if I have to. I'm pretty sure you could spell it that way. EEITZ is not the most superb leave at all, but maybe Nevoid is not even a play I have to make now. I can do it down the road if I need a chance to open this back up. How many times have I exchanged? 3? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I don't think there's any opportunity for a neat play through here somewhere, getting that V with the double word. Oh, Ava is a possibility, but it's going to have to be just Ava. If there were S's out, a play like right here would be pretty devastating on this board. So many points on a board where there's just not opportunity to score them otherwise. Oh, I wonder if I can make some sort of play here. If I draw one of the H's I just threw back, I can play Thielen, but it's only 23. Never mind, that's terrible. All right, Matthew plays bye for 17. That's kind of gutsy, I think, on his part. Maybe he has both of the A's or something, but if he doesn't, that's a gutsy move. And now I've got to figure out how to deal with it. If I play Z here, basically giving up the game because it kills the D, it kills the Abai spot, and there's nowhere for me to bingo now except maybe here, and that's just not going to happen. So I don't think I can actually do that. This is where in a tournament you have to decide, am I still trying to win this game or am I cutting spread? They can make a play like Zibbit that opens up this line, but Matt can easily play a buy right here for 40 and outrun any bingo I want to play anyway. I can play buys, but then this bingo line's actually not a thing. I can play biz and hope that Matthew doesn't have an E, and that creates a bingo line here. There's only one E left, so the odds are actually pretty high. I can play biz, and then maybe he goes here and scores some points, and then I can play Nevoid, and now I've busted the board wide open. So that might be my best chance to get back into the game. I could just play Zeneb. That's 36. But again, I'm pretty sure he has an A or he doesn't play a buy. So he nails me for a bunch of points here, and I'm back at square one. He's probably going to end in his word an A, so I've got no opportunities to bingo down here. And I'll have to bingo down to this D. That might be my best chance to win the game, though, is score 36 and hope that I get a crazy miracle bingo that fits right here in the next 2 turns. If I play Biz, I just feel like he's going to score so much that even if I do draw a Miracle Bingo, I won't win the game. Especially with all these H's and Y's and W's out. He'll have a high scoring play. So I think I have to play Zeneb and just hope I pull a bingo and hope it can outrun what he wants to do. I did draw a bingo. I drew Mattered. So hopefully Matthew makes his predictable play here and leaves this line available, and I'm able to hit him with that. Still don't think I win the game too often after I get Mattered down, but a worst case scenario is Matthew has a big play here, and he goes all the way down here blocking Mattered. I don't think there's a 7 in this rack. And yeah, a play down here isn't going to score enough most of the time. Well, if Matthew doesn't have an A at all, it might, because Matthew's got nowhere else to score. We'll see. We'll see. He did have an A, but he elected to play here instead of here. FA right here is, what, 29 points? Way more defensive. That kind of makes me think he's keeping really well. He's got the blank and he's getting greedy going for a bingo to the D, or it was a complete oversight. You know, I don't know which it is, but I have to play Mattered, and we'll just see what Matthew's able to do. I've got a 19-point lead. There's 3 in the bag. I've drawn an interesting rack. Right, he burns the blank for 31. All right, end game time. I don't remember if that's a word. If it is, I think I win the game. I don't think he's going to have any sort of counterplay. Where can WO go out? Right here is a bunch of points. Over here is some. So yeah, Matthew's going to have a really nice play. 34, that puts me up 22. I think it has to be a word because winger or winged is good, but W-H-I-N-G isn't. So I think whinge is the word that comes from. I would go up by 22 if I make this play, and I'm left with a 20-point outplay. So 44. Matthew would need to score at least 44. He can't do that. If he blocks this one, then I've still got this. I'm going to win if that's a word. But I just don't know for sure if it's good. I'm like 96% sure, though, and given that Matthew has to leave very quickly, I'm going to do it. We'll put the game on the line. It's probably going to draw a challenge as well. I'm just so sure that's a word, but not sure enough. And this happens to me all the time where I'm like, oh, that's totally a word, but I'm not 100%. It's always like 95 to 100. I really wish this part of my game would go away, but I'm just such a self-doubting person that, you know, even if I studied for weeks or months, I would always doubt myself in the back of my head. So I guess I can increase the uncertainty or decrease the uncertainty from like 3% to 1%, but it'll always be there. And it's really frustrating. It makes playing no fun. Matthew hasn't challenged yet. I guess he's looking for ways where he can win the game. He's not going to find any, I'm almost certain. Maybe this is the part where he plays a ridiculous phony and makes me decide if I want to challenge and possibly lose the game or let it go and just go out and lose a little bit of spread, but okay, so I guess Zeneb was a good thing to do. Okay, how much is this? 19, this is 20, so I'll do that. Oh, how much is this? 18, okay. I guess Zeneb was a good thing to do. I got my Miracle Bingo, and then I was able to outrun his play by just enough. I'd really like to hear what people have to say about this position in particular, but several of the positions in this game. I'm very, very surprised to have won this game. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you have to say. Catch you later.